I'm working on a little transistor, 10 transistor unit that a friend gave me, and it's a beautiful little radio, and it is completely dead, and I've been working on it for several days, have not had much luck with it. I've changed all the caps, just went ahead and did it. I've tested 3 of the transistors, and they're good. Tested several resistors, they're good. So I've got something open or a problem here somewhere. I've got to do some more work on that, but I'll get to it eventually. I wanted to give you a quick tour of the shop and the shack. This is that record. This is that hardly even recognize it, don't you? This is that trashed radio that was just broken all to pieces and filthy. And I went through it, recapped it, and I created a new knob with silicone and rubber and epoxy off of this one, and so that one looks better than the original, and so that's the timer knob. And so this one cleaned up nicely, and I printed a new cover for the back here that was destroyed and painted it, so it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Then here's one that one of my dear subscribers wanted me to repair. I did repaint the case, and I went through it, and I discovered that there were several errors in the assembly. Somebody had built this from a kit, and I was trying to align it, and they built it from a kit and didn't assemble it correctly, so I don't have time right now to rebuild it. It's a pretty radio, and I'll eventually get to it, maybe, Lord willing. I have some time and health to do that. There's the Zenith H500 or G500, I can't remember, that I rebuilt and put a new tube in and made new knobs from the original H or E or whatever this one is. I can't ever keep these straight. So I took one of these knobs and made a copy, 2 copies for this radio since there were missing knobs. There's the Troublemaker, the Silvertone, and that's been running really well. I'm really happy with it. So I've got a CNC machine over here that I use for a lot of projects. You can see that we used it for an Emerson label, and we used it for an RCA label recently for my wire recorder. Then I've got a lot of music. It is a media museum. A brand new 3D printer. It was a gift. Can you believe it? Late model, latest generation. There is the K-Part record player that we rebuilt from trash and cleaned up. It plays nicely. And I 3D printed this a few years ago. It's the spring broke, so I have to print a new spring. But a friend gave me that beautiful knife. I'm just going to have to show it to you. Look at that. Razor sharp Kodiak Case XX. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see. There's the General Electric that I repaired. That was part of the junk collection that I found and repaired and got it going. It's working great. So we move out here into the Media Museum. You look at some of the antique meters. These have all been tested and are working. And yeah, so that's a pretty cool little tiny little collection. Here's some miniature TVs, Sinclairs, Watchman Sonys, some dictaphone executive 4250 tape decks. There's a couple back there, and there's one right there actually. Then just picked up this memo cord and rebuilt it. That was a big job. I used the 3D printer to print new tires and for that, and so that was a great project. This is the Tandy, complete set of Tandy pocket computers from 1 to 8, all of them. So that's they all work. There's a couple of duplicates in there, so that's a lot of fun. There's Sheila, she's sleeping on her little rug. Trying to think, is there anything else here that we have repaired recently? on video. Can't think of anything. All this stuff is working, repaired and working, and I need to go through all of it. And there's another meter. Pull all of the batteries out of these. There's still some batteries in it. There's the Heathkit clock that my dad and I built back in the 70s. And I'm working on doing a video for the Kodatoy 16mm projector that I've repaired and got working, and watched some videos. I got some videos filmed. Then we've got the 4 kids that were separated at birth. We've got the Monocore. We've got the Luxtone. And then we've got Console Deluxe and Dorset. And there's one more. Where'd it go? It's called an Air E8. There it is, Air Quarter. Air Quarter. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those that are identical. And those are some pretty cool tape recorders. There's another one of those little ones that I just rebuilt, the Memo Cord. And then they're all miniature collectibles here, tape decks, all tape decks here. It's the Sony Digital DAT and some Iowa. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick glance of the collection. I know that several of you had asked for kind of a quick tour, and so got a few extras up here, some collectibles. I think we've done some videos on these record players. There is the only stereo deck that I have, battery powered stereo. I need to dust, don't I? Yeah, 3D printed cover for it. That is a stereo, reel-to-reel battery powered deck. I really need to do a video on that, because that is a real find. I just stumbled on it on the internet. Let's see here. I think that's it. You probably have seen some videos of the shortwave listenings bench and some of the shortwave listening radios here. And these are Transoceanic series here. And there's even a Hammerland right there. So anyway, let's get back over here to the bench and let's take a look at this old Emerson. It's actually working as it's sitting here plugged in, and interesting. What, that's AM, okay. Yeah, I was only able to get one channel earlier. Yeah, only one channel on the, I think I showed you, no I haven't, I showed you the one other junker. This one was about ready for trash when I got it, and I'll look at it. Turned out great. I'm so proud of that. Polished up and cleaned up like a new one. It's got a few little heat cracks in it, but other than that, it turned out beautifully. So these are some of the collection here, some repairs. The Silvertone TVs, you may be familiar with those. A lot of these were just junkers, and I just stumbled on them over the years, 50 years of collections. And so there you have it. That's pretty much the collection. This my daughter made me for my birthday. Is that not beautiful? I can't believe it. Just can't believe it. And of course the crown jewel of the collection is I think the Philco. It really is one of my original. There are some briefcase reel-to-reel tape decks back there. I really should pull those out and display them. There's 4 briefcase tape decks, stereo, AM/FM radio, and reel-to-reel. and they use the 5-inch reels. Those, I need to get those out of there instead of hiding them back in there. But as you can see, I'm kind of running out of space here, and so I've got to figure that out. Denise wants me to build another museum or something, and so there's the shop. And if you have any questions, let me know. But I appreciate the chance for you to kind of walk through the Vintage Media Museum with me today.